Good morning, Millennial Morticians. Happy Wednesday morning. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of this incredible podcast. I hope you all are doing well. As we approach the last few episodes of this holiday season before Christmas and New Year's, I hope you guys are ready and prepared for what's to come this year. I'm also excited. The Norfolk Funeral Directors Association is having their annual Christmas party today, and so I'm excited to be joining them later tonight. The title of today's episode is Do It for Them. Do It for Them. I got the title for today's episode because as more and more people are graduating mortuary school and pushing through in their education and their advancements, or even just starting mortuary school, I got a feeling in my heart that sometimes we forget the reason why we're where we are and why we're doing what we're doing. And it made me think back to the first time I took Theory of Embalming 1, my course, and I didn't pass the first time. And guys, I felt so defeated. I really, to be honest with you, I wanted to quit. I wanted to be like, okay, if I can't get this, then I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna be done. And I really just stayed focused, buckled down, and had to realize that maybe it just wasn't my time yet to pass it. Doesn't mean I was never gonna pass it, but maybe that time just wasn't my time. And my cousin at the time, she passed away, sadly. She told me she was so proud of me. Keep going, keep striving. She said, just get it done. And so I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give up so quickly, so easily. I'm going to take this course again and I'm going to pass it. And that's what I did. I took it again and I passed it. And sometimes I want us to realize that it's not so much the product of who we are or where we're going, or in our own personal end goals, but it's oftentimes the journey it took us to get where we're going. That's the part that people tend to give up on the most. And so when you stop and you think about all the challenges we face in this business, and this is a very quiet business, figuratively and literally, because you really, of course, you don't talk to a lot of people don't talk to the competition for obvious reasons, and then the deceased obviously cannot talk back to you, and so that leaves one person, you and your family or your funeral home family, because your funeral home family really does become that second family for you. And you are in an environment of people who understand you, who work with you every day, sometimes day and night, and over that, and even past that, if it's a busy week. And so you create an environment where people feel okay and included, and it doesn't feel so irky all the time. You can be yourself and be passionate about who you are and what you do, because this industry revolves around pure, passionate people and loving people. And so I stopped and I thought about the reason why I was doing mortuary school. I'm doing this because this is in connection to my calling. And no matter what or how hard a course is that's coming my way, coming my direction, I can do it. I can do anything I put my mind to. And so I'm not going to let one or two classes, stop me from getting to my purpose. And the bigger picture is I'm trying to create a legacy here. This funeral home is not going to just end at me. It's the funeral home I develop and create. It's going to be here long after I'm gone, because I'm going to do things. I'm going to do things the right way, and I'm going to give people. Because I tell you guys all the time, what we sell peace of mind. So I'm going to give people peace of mind to understand and know that, hey, if I choose him, I choose folks. He's going to get the job done. He's going to do it right and do it well and do it with passion and love. And so a lot of times we forget about the why we're doing. And let me remind you, the reason why people get so excited, like, they felt like they're a part of it with you. They're a part of that victory. They're a part of that growth, that development, and seeing you become a better person, a stronger person. And I'm definitely not the same mortician I was when I first. And so to see myself evolve and to grow and learn more and to ask more questions. And let me tell you, you can never ask too many questions in this. I'm always finding out something different. You might have cases are never the same. So you're always going to have different questions to ask. Even when you think, or you think you're doing something right, you're like, whoa, well, what's going on? So always be open-minded and listening to what the people want. That's 90% of this job. That's 90% of this battle is listening to the people. And I think we're turning away from that model and we're just starting to do what's right or what's the cheapest or what's the fastest. And really, we should give out quality because quality always wins. And you can't really escape that. I think in this industry, what we're going to see is we're going to see a quality fight because a lot of funeral homes are doing the same thing. And so you're going to have to do something different and something quality to really stand out from the rest of the competition. And even as an individual, your quality of work should be that of someone should say it's unmatched. I don't know anybody that can do that like you or like blank and blank. Like you should be at the top of the comparison chart because you put your heart, your mind into this business. You've invested your time into this business and into yourself. And you have people that are depending on you, that are counting on you to get things right and get yourself straight so you can provide a better future. There's people in my mortuary class who have whole families. Their families are depending on them to graduate on time, to do this thing right. And realize that every decision you make not is not just going to impact you. It impacts your family, it impacts your friends, it impacts the people around you, the people in your circle, both professionally and not professionally. um, but the whole point of why you're doing this is because you said, hey, I love this, I'm going to dedicate my life to this. And so when you make decisions like that, expect your reactions that you get from the people around you to match what you're doing. So like this industry, it's unique, it's different. So people's reactions are always going to be mind blown because there's nothing like this. So as a person, I want you to realize this week with your staff, with your friends, with your family, write down on a whiteboard what makes you different and why people are counting on you um, to be great. And if you're part of this podcast, you're part of my family, this network of millennial morticians all around the world, from mortuary students to owners to funeral directors to embalmers, then you should know that there's something about you, if you're attached to what's going on here with this amazing podcast, there's something special here. We have a special connection. We're a family of people from all over. And what makes us different is that we're connecting people to parts of this business that they were never. I'm opening the door for people who the door was slammed in their face. And I feel like this is an industry that should be inclusive. It should be loving. It should be caring. It should be giving. It should be driven. It should be innovative. And the whole idea behind that is I'm doing this for a greater purpose because they're counting on me. There's people counting on you each and every day, not just your families, but your personal family. This is a job. This is a career. Let me take that. Let me scratch that. This is not just a job. This is a career. This is something you can do for the rest of your life. This is a guarantee. Our business, our industry isn't going anywhere anytime soon. It's growing, it's thriving, it's changing. And so you're at a pivotal point where you can be a part of that change. But it's up to you. It's up to the people around you, and I understand not everybody has that same support system, that same group of people around them that's gonna push them through, the different parts of this business. But listen, here at Millennial Mortician, we care about you. We're here for you. We're gonna push you. You're gonna grow. You're gonna strive. You're gonna engage. You're going to discover. The best part of life and growing older is discovering and seeing what's next, what's out there, what else is out there, what else is there to do. And what you'll find a lot more industries are doing is there's more than just funeral services. Funeral homes own more than just the funeral home you see. There are real estate investors, there are business moguls, there are restaurant entrepreneurs, there's so much more that comes out of being in this industry. And if you have the right people around you, telling you the right things, encouraging you through the parts that they should, then you'll realize that your calling should only be even sharper and stronger because you have that village around you. And if you don't, tap into your local village, join the association, call some people around, visit some funeral homes, just connect with people. It's really simple, guys. Just connect. We're in a world today where it's easier to connect now than ever before. I'm your host of today's episode. Sit down with your staff this week. Sit down with people you know and love and say, have I let you down? Can you count on me? I know you're depending on me. Really talk to them. Ask them some questions that maybe you normally wouldn't. Ask them, hey, is there something wrong with me? What can I do better? How can I be a better person? How can I be a better leader? Talk with your staff. What can we implement in the funeral home today? And then say, well, what have we done really well? And realize there's people that are counting on you. They're dependent on you, and that you matter, you mean something, and that every decision you make applies from the next generation onward. And you're just a little speck on a big picture. I'm your host, guys, Jaden Folks. This is the Millennial Mortician Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. I look forward to talking to you all next week. Hope you finished all your Christmas shopping and that's going well. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have a blessed one.